What's going on, my rock stars? I hope you guys are doing awesome out there. Guys, I'm going to talk to you today about my three favorite shoes. Well, actually, two of them I like. One of them I really don't like anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. But these shoes are my running shoes. Over the past couple of years, I started to save a little bit of money because I wanted to invest in the shoes. And the reason why I wanted to invest into some of the best of the running shoes was because, and be careful, I know there's already going to be people that are not normal to my channel. A lot of the videos I don't talk about running all the time, so these are kind of newer videos for me. And I bet you I'm going to hear somebody say something about Hoka this, Hoka that, or Brooks, or any other shoes. I'm going to talk to you about the mentality of the runner and their choice of shoes and brands on another video. So please leave your comments down below and I'll be happy to just get that all together and we'll work it on that other video. So about the brands, forget about it. This is my go-to brand. And why Nike has always been my go-to brand is because Nike has put the research. They have consistent history. They've put doctors, when it comes to foot doctors and different type of science behind it, and they've done the studies with their foam and their technology. So there's a lot of history there and science to back up the way they build their shoes. Now, not with all their shoes. A lot of the shoes could be bad, but when you talk about their top tier shoes, when you put good money on their best shoes, that's really where you get the best benefits from. My notes are a little bit off right now, so don't mind me. I'm going to be looking off to my notes. I want to start with my very first one, which I think is going to be the one that I think most people should start off at. Is the Nike ZoomX Infinity Run 3. This is the Nike ZoomX Infinity Run 3. The pro about the Nike ZoomX Infinity is that it's lightweight and responsive. It's very, very lightweight construction. It actually looks kind of bulky, right? But it's super, super lightweight, guys. It's super, super lightweight. Construction, its foam midsole is provided plush and springy, and it's filled with enhanced comfort and performance. The con about your Nike ZoomX Infinity, most users have said that it lacks sufficient structure and support, especially on the upper area, giving it some type of instability when you go on turns, when you're kind of turning and hitting different turns and stuff like that. And that really just kind of means this area. Nike tried to do a good thing about that. Just right here, this little plate that you may not see that kind of wraps around. It's a very hard, stable plate to encapsulate the back of the heel. So when you are hitting those turns and hitting those corners, so the heel kind of stays in, but we still kind of have some lack of some structure on the upper area. And I've actually felt that my suit, especially when you're starting to really pound into those 8 to 10 miles in, if you're doing half marathons or marathons, then definitely you're going to start feeling a little bit of weakness in the ankle area. But then there's other things that can counterbalance that as well too, like socks and braces and things of that nature. This is the most comfortable shoe, hands down. I'm not trying to be biased here. I've worn a lot of shoes. This is the most comfortable shoe I have ever had on my feet. This shoe right here, the ZoomX Infinity 3, helped me heal faster after my first partial Achilles tear on my left and my second partial Achilles tear on my right. Not full ruptures. Let's get that very important. Not full ruptures, which would need surgery. Partial tears in my Achilles tendons, in my ankles, in my calves. This helped me. Without this cushy foam down here, I would not. I had to always sit down. It was just painful. Let's go ahead and move right along, guys. The pros and cons. The next one I want to talk to you about is the kind of a race day and a trainer. Your first one was really a trainer, and we'll go back over that again, but this is a race day and a trainer. This is your Vaporfly, your Nike Vaporfly. A lot of air that can get through there. You see how it's almost see-through in there? The water will just go right through. If you are gonna run with these, I would recommend wearing some waterproof socks. So if you are running in the rain, many runners have experienced water out there. It's just gonna go right through. It's gonna soak up your sock and it's gonna go all nasty and wet, mess up your skin. So I would highly recommend doing waterproof socks if you're going to wear something like this. Let's go ahead and start about the pros. The pros are exceptional return. It's innovative technology. It provides excellent energy return, allowing runners to maintain speed with less effort. It does have a carbon plate, and that's why you get that extra bounce to it. Boom, the extra bounce to it. So it has that carbon plate that's in there. It's right in the midsole, right where you can see this line. That's where they engraved it. You have that Nike ZoomX Infinity, that Nike Zoom foam. That's their signature foam for most of the running shoes. ZoomX, that's their signature foam. I would say this is my least favorite of my running shoes. I was really happy with it. I did about 2 5K training, just running outside the house. 2 5Ks with this, and on my second 5K, my first time ever, my second run ever with this, it felt like I was not going to be happy at all. Typically my first run on a pair of shoes, I know, okay, I got to break it in once or twice. But my second one, I was absolutely certain I was not going to be happy with this shoe. I want to tell you who is happy with this shoe. I'm a little bit heavier set guy, okay? I have a little bit of muscle on me, and I still like to go the distance, okay? But most of the guys I see with these on are very, very small guys. I think it's because for a heavier set guy, this is just outside of anything knowledgeable about running. Let's say pretend I know nothing. I think for a heavier set guy with a little bit more muscle, when you're lacking on foam here compared to your Infinity. I mean, it's like pillows sitting there. You're lacking on foam with metal already embedded right close. So this is your foam area. Then you got your metal plate, your carbon plate, and then you have the sole on the inside. It's not cushioned right up in here, but the whole thing looks cushioned, but it's not. It's very minimal amount of cushion. I felt the springiness, but I felt more of the hard plate inside. I realized in my runs, I had to kind of get up to a level of speed to where it was almost like, I would say 6 or 7 miles per hour, which for me is a little bit fast. And I can't maintain that speed after about, I'd say about 1.5 miles to 2 miles. I can probably go about 2 miles at 7 miles per hour. For some people that you can't do that. Most people are on average about 4 or 5 miles per hour. But at 7 miles per hour to be consistent like that, maybe for a lot of the elite athletes, I'm not an elite athlete, but I'm your regular average guy. But maintaining a 7 mile per hour average to feel comfortable with the effects of this carbon plate was just not doable for long periods of time. So it's definitely a short kind of a run. Also, talking about those skinny guys, I mean, this shoe is super skinny. I mean, it squeezes my foot to death. There's no breathing in there whatsoever. I feel like my foot is asphyxiated. I tried to stretch it out as much as possible. I got a half a size bigger. I do have room in the toe, but it's just, I mean, it's like wearing yoga pants for your feet. It's ridiculous, guys. There you go. This is a Nike Vaporfly. Now, the king of shoes. I love this shoe. Guys, without any further ado, this is your Nike Alphafly, the alpha of all shoes. I love this shoe very, very much. I really, really like it. But I got to tell you, it's built specifically for race day type shoes. If you're going to train something like this, hey, all power to you. You're going to throw away $100 just to train. That's great. I'm not that rich, so this was a little, I think I got this on a sale with a coupon on the website with like 20% off, and I had extra credit from another purchase or return. I ended up getting it for about $225 with all the discounts, but it's regularly a $300 shoe. I got it for $220. I think now this is the last year's model, 2023 model. The new 2024 Alphafly just came out. By all means, go ahead and grab it. I didn't feel comfortable with the new Alphafly. I still liked this one way better. And if this one is still out in the market when I'm done running with this one, maybe in another year, I'll definitely buy the next Alphafly, but this model, not the new model. The reason why is you have a massive amount of foam cushion right here. Here's again the Nike's signature ZoomX cushion. You also have the air pockets right in here. and you have a wonderful plate that's already embedded high up top to give enough room for that foam. So you have that carbon fiber plate to give it that bounce and that return. You don't have to go at high speeds like your Vaporfly, running at like 7 miles per hour. You can just kind of trot along and get that plenty of response back from the plate. The pros about the Alphafly is, of course, enhanced cushioning, like I just talked about. Layers of response. You got layer upon layer upon layer here, upon layer. And then offering superior cushioning. Stability is on point from top to bottom, and the ankle to the top. It helps to reduce fatigue during the long distance runs. Definitely feel good in these shoes doing half marathon. I have not ran this in a full marathon, and after my partial Achilles tear in both of my legs, I'm not sure if I'm going to want to ever do a full marathon, but it still bothers me. I kind of want to do one. I do want to do one again. Right now, I have focus on other things, and you really got to, for me anyways, you're a heavier set guy, you really got to train for a full marathon. But this would definitely be a half marathon or a full marathon. I would say even doing even longer distances, okay, like 50Ks and stuff like that. Definitely, this is your long distance runner. Now, doing maybe 4 or 5 marathons in this bad boy, that'll be done. It'll be finished. It'll be over. That's why I don't use this for training. I do not use this for training. If I do kind of close to like maybe a half marathon, maybe 10 miles or 10 or 11 miles, then I will wear this on a training day, but I will leave it really mostly for the game day, because it's the cons on this is probably the only cons I found across the board on this. It's the price point. It's $300 shoes, guys. $300 shoes. That's it. Okay. I wouldn't be throwing down $300 shoes all the time like that. The price point, and it's just out of the budget for most runners. I think that's pretty much it. That's the only con I have on this, and that was across the board on most of the channels. Again, guys, you have your Vaporfly, you have your Alphafly, which I think this is the king for runners, and you have your Infinity, which I think is awesome. I want to share one last thing with you about the Infinity. This is my everyday shoe, like I walk around with. I'll run in. I love this shoe. I can throw it on for anything. And this is my very first Infinity run. Look at the difference between them. You see how much this is kind of rocked and like boated a little bit, and this one's a little bit more flatter. Okay, it's actually not bad, guys. This has had 600 miles on this shoe right here. 600 miles on this one. It's not too bad, you know. I guess I'm not that heavy. I'm not wear tearing that heavy. This is the new one. You can see the little beads are still there. It still looks good. They keep well after, look at this, compared to 600 miles. And this, I just walked on it for a couple days. Look at the difference. The Nike symbol is rubbed off right there. See that? And you see the Nike symbol on this one. Look at the little beads right here in the little center of the black squares. And look at, there's no more beads in there. I mean, but that's not bad for 600 runs. It's still responsive, but I gotta tell you, it has lacked a little bit. So I definitely wanted to get my new one, and now I'm just using this for training only. I'll walk in these, and when I'm done with training on these bad boys, I'll start using these for trainers. This is kind of like my everyday shoe. I just love it. So with that said, that's it. Those are my favorite running shoes right now, the ones that I'm using to run in. I don't recommend the Vaporfly. I do recommend the Alphafly, and I do recommend the Infinity ZoomX by Nike. I will talk to you about the Hoka on another channel and different brands and the mentality of runners, the things that I've kind of picked up through actually running with people, training with other people, reading information online, looking at these ridiculous posts on Facebook about from these running groups. People are obsessed with their shoes when it comes to running. Like, they know the right one. I know everything when it comes to the running shoe. Look it, I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just like you. I'm just a real guy telling the truth. So I'm just giving you from my experience. Hopefully you can get something out of this. And just from my own experience, my injuries, and the things that I've learned along the way, and you make the best choice for you. Every shoe is different, fits every foot's different, and different style and different movement. So find the right shoe that's best for you. Personally, what I would recommend after the injuries that I've had and the passion of running that I have, I would recommend don't cut corners. These are your feet, and your feet are going to carry you to the ends. Okay? You need to learn how to go the distance. If the world ends tomorrow and there's a war, you got to have your feet to take you from there to there. And you got to save the world. And it's going to be on your feet, not on your back. So make sure you get yourself some good shoes. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. What's your favorite shoe? Take care. Bye-bye.